Hey there, this is Steven, and I'm from Utopian Labs. And today in this video, I wanted to show you how you can use Utopian Labs, the Utopian Labs agent, inside n8n, the workflow builder. One thing that's important to note is that this node is a community node, meaning that it is available for people that are self-hosting n8n. So for this video, I wanted to basically divide it up in two sections. One of them is I'm going to show you how you can easily self-host n8n. And the second thing is how you can install the community node and then how to actually use it. So first things first, we're going to start with Railway. This is what we use to self-host n8n. You can create an account and then basically after you've done that, you can go here and you can simply create a new project. So we're going to look for n8n, and then we're going to look for this one. So n8n with workers. So you're simply going to click deploy because this one also has like Redis and Postgres and stuff installed. So you're going to click deploy, and then that's it. Basically, you maybe have to set up some payment settings in the meantime. We have already done that, but if so, you can do that. And then I think the first plan is like $5 a month, where you can self-host n8n and can just use it and build your workflows. So that is super cool. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to pause it real quick and resume when everything is deployed. Awesome. So this took a few minutes, but then like all of the services are deployed. You can also check the activity right here. And then the only thing left for us to do is click on the primary, because that's, of course, the one like the n8n instance that we're going to be using. And then you can see here like a production unit on Railway. And then you can have your very own n8n instance. So let me just use this one. So I'm just gonna this, and then I'm gonna remove it anyway. So we're just gonna skip this. This is actually pretty interesting. So you can get like pay features for free. I'm just gonna skip it for now. And now, as you can see, we have a self-hosted instance of like a self-hosted version of n8n running, and you can build workflows, and you can basically do whatever you're used to with n8n. So the second step is we want to start using Utopian Labs. So we're going to go to settings right here. And then you can see here community nodes. And for community nodes, we're going to install this node. And the name of the node is utopian-labs/n8n nodes Utopian Labs. And then we're going to understand the risk, of course. And then we're going to install it. And as soon as this is done, you'll see that it's you'll basically get an AOK from n8n. There we go, package installed. As you can see, you can see the version number here. If we make any changes or updates to the community node, then you also have a button here to easily update it to the newest version. So that's interesting. So be sure to check it out from time to time. But how to use it, so we're going to go back to our workflow. Let's just trigger manually for now to keep it easy. And then you're going to be able to search for Utopian Labs. One thing that is very strange, like every community node I ever installed always shows up twice. No idea why, but you can just ignore it, click one of the two, and then the next time you're going to use it, you only see one, which is, of course, the behavior that we're looking for. So it's probably some n8n bug or something like that. So Utopian Labs, we have 6 actions, and we can research a lead, qualify a lead, trigger a timing run, so determine is this the right time to reach out, yes or no, categorize a lead, write an email, or write an email sequence. Write an email is like a sales message or like a sales email. Write a sequence is you can basically create up to five emails that you can use in your cold outreach sequence. Then let's just, for the sake of this tutorial, research a lead. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new credential, as you can see right here. So we need to set up an API key in here. Let me just get that one real quick. So I just created a new API key and pasted it in here. Then you can save it like this. Then you'll see that the credential is successfully created. The connection is tested successfully. So now we can actually use this API key to connect to Utopian Labs. And then there's a couple of fields here that you can fill. First one, everything that you see here is mandatory. So the lead company website, you can of course use this from previous executions. You can also hard code it, which of course doesn't really work if you want to run multiple workflows, of course, and have multiple operations, so executions. Sorry, so that's important that you make this an expression or a variable, so you can basically do it like this, and then reference the previous nodes if they're here. So when clicking test workflow dot, and then it probably has an item.json and stuff like that, so you can basically reference it like this. Callback URL, this one is already pre-filled, so you don't have to touch this one. This will basically be filled at execution time, so this will be the URL to post the result of the agent run back to n8n. I'll get more into that later. Then we can return a mock response as well. So an agent run could take 2 to 3 minutes, and if you're building a workflow and you want to test stuff and use test data, then you probably do not want to run an agent every single time, because A, it's going to cost you money, and B, it's also going to take quite a lot of time. So this switch, if you turn this one on, then it will return mock data, which I will show in a bit. You can check the agent and any additional fields that you want. So information about like the lead company name or the lead full name, or the max research steps, context, use memory, whatever you like. Then as soon as this is all set up, we can test it. But as soon as we test it, you can see that, interesting, of course, this one doesn't work. Sorry about that. Let me just hard code it for now. So we're going to do some live debugging on the tutorial. So test step, as you can see here, we'll get the ID of the run back. So because it is a mock response, this is not an actual ID, but this should be the ID of the run were it actual data. The interesting thing is we want a research report, of course, but we get an ID back. Reason for that is that n8n has a pretty short time frame on which you need to return something, and because an agent run can take up 2 to 3 minutes, we actually work with a callback URL. So as you can see here in this information as well, to make this work, we're going to add a wait node. That wait node we're going to put to on webhook call. And then here you can see as well, like the webhook URL will be generated at runtime. It can be referenced with the execution.resume URL, which was already natively added here. So that's perfect. And then we can post. This is very important that we get a post webhook in. So this all works. So what we can do right now is we can test this workflow. And as you can see, this one went correctly. So we get the ID of the run back. And here in the wait node, you can see that we get like a research conclusion and a research conclusion in HTML. So this is, here it just says an elaborate research report. But if we switch this mock response switch off, then it will give you the actual ID and the actual research response. Or let me just show you that it also works if we say, you know what, we're gonna qualify a lead, we're gonna return a mock response, and then we're gonna test it again. And then you can see that we get a qualification reason and a qualification score as well. And this is actually a very interesting and easy way to start branching, for example. So you can like add an if node here, and then you can say if the qualification score is equal to high, then we're going to go this way, you're going to test it, and then you'll see that there's a true branch and a false branch. And this is basically, the mock responses is a very easy way to test with mock data, and then build your workflow faster without having to wait for every single agent run to be completed. So this is basically how you can use Utopian Labs directly into your n8n workflows, making it much, much easier to run specialized AI agents right there when you want them. And as always, if you have any questions, then feel free to let us know. We're happy to help where we can. Happy building.